Hi, I'm Jared with FunScienceDemos. In a previous video, we introduced our own version of something we call the bounce rocket. Hollow straw, a launch stem, slide it on, and it's a great demonstration to talk about the idea of transfer of energy. Well, in these versions, we have a solid launch stem and a hollow rocket. We're going to switch that around and show you another version of our bounce rocket where our rocket is solid and our launch stem is a hollow straw. Now, in our first bounce rocket video, we talked about finding the perfect bouncy ball. Now we're going to talk about how to attach the straw to our bouncy ball. This is going to be our energy source for our bounce rocket. Now, before we talk about attaching the straw, we have to make sure our rocket slides easily inside the straw. So we're going to be using a wooden skewer or a plastic stir stick for our rocket. And straws do come in different thicknesses or diameters. This is a thinner straw, and you'll see that if I try to slide this rocket in, it's pretty tight, whereas this straw is a little wider, and you can see that rocket drops right down. I might be able to use this thinner straw with my wooden skewer, and I think that'll work perfectly. So now that I have everything sized up, let's talk about how we attach the straw to the ball. So our launch stem, we don't want it to be too long or too short. You could measure this and find the perfect distance or height. We're gonna go somewhere around there. So this is the bendy part of my straw. I could use the shorter part of the straw or the longer part. I can try different lengths. That's the cool part about this demonstration. So I'm just gonna cut something like that. And you'll notice I'm not gonna try and poke a hole into the ball and push the straw into it. We've found that these balls, if you try to make the hole big, it splits and they actually come apart. So we're going to cut the straw, splay out the base, and staple it right to the ball. So here we go. Take some scissors and just snip the ends. You can make as many slits as you want or as few slits as you want. I'm gonna do it right on the purple. I think we'll zoom in so you can get a better look at how we push the straw down. So now I'm going to put some pressure, and you can see I can just get the straw to splay out. And now I have these little plastic tabs that I can use to attach right to the ball. To do that, I'm going to use a stapler. I'm going to open that stapler up. Now let's use the stapler. And once I get one in, it's a lot easier to get the rest of them. Just go work my way around the rocket. I'm going to put a couple in. You also might want to put the staple right into the plastic so I know it holds. Make sure it holds, and I'm ready to go. Now, believe it or not, we're ready to launch. Our rocket is a simple plastic stir stick. Slide it into my launch stem, and let's give it a test launch. So let's drop it. It launched really, really well. It almost hit our ceiling. We could also use a wooden skewer. For our rocket, it's really important that you snip off that sharp edge. You could use a pair of scissors. I could measure this and actually test to see if certain lengths of the skewer go higher or lower. This is a whole lot easier to snip than the plastic stir stick. So let's just try this. We'll leave our rocket really long. You can see it's really long there. Let's try and drop it. Boom, and we get a nice clean launch. Now, the nice thing about this version of our bounce rockets is that we can use a variety of different balls, and because we're not driving them in to ruin the ball, we're just cutting the straw and attaching it to the ball. We can use tape, and we can try all different types of balls, tennis balls, lacrosse balls, or even this foam ball. We're gonna try and see what happens here. So I attached the straw, I cut the slits in the straw, spread it out, and attached it with duct tape. Let's see if this works. Put our wooden rocket in, drop it. It didn't work that well. Let's try a plastic one. It kind of worked, but that's what brings us to our next option, and that's a turbo boost. To add a turbo boost, we're going to add a second form of energy. If you think about it, there's elastic energy in this ball, gravitational energy as the ball falls, it's transferred to the elastic energy, it rebounds up. We're going to add a second form of energy, actually a form of elastic energy. We're going to add a spring, and to do that, you're going to need to find a click pen, because inside the click pen is a spring. So we're gonna do a quick little dissection of our pen. We've zoomed in so you can see. Let's unscrew, and what do you know? Our spring is in the front part of this pen. Different pens, the spring is in different locations. So now that they have the spring out, let's attach this to a rocket. So we've actually kept the tip of my pen. I think that could make a really cool nose cone. And it's just friction, by friction it's held on there. And now I'm ready to attach the spring to the back part of my wooden skewer. Now this actually happens to fit really snugly, but I could add a piece of tape to this to make sure it stays on. And now, let's see if this little rocket booster can give us a boost. So let's load our rocket onto our little launch stem. Remember, this barely went out of our bounce rocket. Let's try it again. Much higher bounce. I wonder what would happen if we added these springs to our other rockets to see if we could get them to bounce even higher. A rocket boost. So we've made two different versions of our bounce rockets. I wonder which one works better, which one launches our rocket higher. Well, there's only one way to figure out. It's to measure. In science is all about gathering data and measuring to figure out if you can make changes to make something work better. And we're going to do that right now. We have our own little measuring device here, and it's very simple. It's a meter stick. I've attached two different color binder clips, and they're going to tell us how high our rockets launched. So we've decided to put our lower binder clip at 15 centimeters. That's going to be the height from which we're going to drop both rockets so we can really compare how high those rockets go to see which one gives us a better launch. So let's try the hollow straw rocket, solid stem, 15 centimeters. You got to try and launch this thing straight so it doesn't go crooked. 3, 2, 1. And that went somewhere there. We're going to launch that one more time just to see if I'm about right. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Got it right there. Now I'm going to use a different color binder clip that's going to represent our next rocket. Solid rocket, hollow launch stem, 15 centimeter drop. 3, 2, 1. And that went higher. We're almost at the end of our meter stick. And that's only from 15 centimeters. I wonder what would happen if we dropped it from a higher drop height. Let's try that one more time to make sure I got that about right. 15 centimeters. 3, 2, 1. It went way out. Let's try it again. Launch angle is important. I think I got it about right. So it looks like our solid rockets are launching higher. What happens if we launch it from a higher launch height? Let's try it at 20 centimeters. Those are our records right there at the top of our meter stick, 20 centimeters, 3, 2, 1. And that one went well above my meter stick. Measuring is really important when it comes to building things and science. This is a fun way to measure and build things. If you want to learn more about forces in motion or anything in science, check out our YouTube channel, Fun Science Demos. Science is so cool, especially when you're launching things into the air. Thanks for watching.